Hi, good evening. Warm welcome to today's episode of Wake Up Women. I had to restart, so hi and warm welcome, everybody. So please jump back in, jump right in. We are going to have a wonderful conversation this evening with Arpitha, who is from Bangalore. I can see that Arpitha is already here. So for everybody who's logging in, I want to quickly introduce that Women on Wealth is a platform where we help women take charge of their finances. And Wake Up Women is one such conversation in the week where we bring in community members who have taken charge of their finances. These are women just like you. They brought the courage in. They saw they needed to get financially empowered. They wanted to learn the tools, and they're here. And Arpitha is going to share her financial journey with all of us. So let's bring her in. So Arpitha, I'm sending a request to you. Okay, I can see you. Els, Shreya.
Hi, Sheetal.
Hey Arpita, I can see you. You look lovely. Thank you so much for being here to share your journey. So let's begin. And let's begin by knowing a little bit about you. And was there a specific moment that you remember which really woke you up to this need to get financially educated?
Thank you, Sheetal.
Over to you.
And please bear with me, and thank you everyone who has joined in. And Sheetal, just to bring a notice, I have Kapil and Priyanka here. He is the first person who asked me, what is your financial goals? So that was one of the moment, and I'll come back there. And firstly, I'm Dr. Arpitha.
Yeah.
I'm based out of Bangalore. And before I get started, let's wish Sheetal a happy birthday. She's turning 1 year younger today, and happy birthday, Sheetal.
Thank you so much. Thank
And
you.
I joined WOW like August, and that is August was I signed up for the third 90-minute seminar in August, but then did my course much later on. And here, my first wake-up call was because when I was pregnant, I landed up taking a break. And then I have always been, my upbringing was in such a way, my mom was very clear that you have to earn yourself. You don't have to be dependent. Dependency was something very out of the question. So that being ingrained, that was very much evident for me. Okay, I need to study, I need to be independent. So that was very clear. And during my pregnancy break, it was a sudden jolt, like you have no income and you just had I had to again turn back to being dependent with my husband and husband largely. But thankfully we sailed through pretty well. Like both my husband and my mom also supported. All of us, we sailed through. But that hit me hard. I felt like, where am I? Am I becoming more dependent? This is exactly what I didn't want to be. So that was one of the wake-up calls, and the journey continued, and we landed up making a real estate investment as a couple together last year, and without a plan. Asked me without any plan. So we landed up there, and then okay, next what? So now there's a pinch that is hitting you. Okay, EMI is coming in. So what's the pinch? So how to go? So what? To my friend, and he actually asked me, okay, he tried to explain me in simple ways, and trust me, he did a very good job to give me the basics, but that was like a puzzle. Like, yeah, I got overwhelmed. I was like, okay, what is it? What to do? Then he actually guided me to a one book called Money Wise by Deepak Shenoy. I started there. I was like, okay, there is so much. He makes me make a plan. I was like, how to make a plan? What is, they say, yeah, make a plan, have your financial goals in place. Yeah, everything is right. When I tried to chalk out, it never made sense to me. They talk about retirement plan, but how to do, what to do was not very clear. It was all, the puzzles were in pieces. And that's when I just wrote it down. And when he asked me what's your financial goals, I was really clueless. I was like, goals? Is there something called financial goals? Was my state. So that was when I jotted down. I was like, I need to invest here, and boom, within a month, wow happened. And yeah, now I'm very much grateful for the entire structure, which put so many things in place. And everything starts with goals. What are your goals? To what to go?
Yeah.
And it's no big deal. I mean, being a doctor, you can think that I'm like Greek and Latin. Finance is just numbers, which is nothing making any sense. But then when you put it into Excel, everything structure is there in the Excel. You just need to put there, and it's in front of you. You have a proof. So you know why you need to invest, and your whys are very clear. And after the course, I think that was a game changer.
Wow, there is so much that you have shared in just the few minutes that you've spoken, and I think so relatable. So as a woman, a lot of women go through this stage of life where she becomes a mother, and then there comes a break. Then you are suddenly, if you were earning, then you are back to not earning. So one is the lack of the fixed income that was coming in, that goes away for a lot of women. And I'm sure that a lot of people are finding your story relatable. So if any one of you listening, you can relate to, hey, that's me too, then please keep sharing in the comment. And I'm sure Arpita will shed more light on what are some things that she really did. And I think the point you made about, um, and what we often talk about, that books, videos, unless somebody tells us how to do it, to really cement the knowledge that you're acquiring, you know so that is the key. Otherwise, knowledge, information's always been around us. So let's hear more. And so Women on Wealth happened for you, and you signed up for our courses, and you started your journey. Were there some things that you had to really, really change about you, or about the way you
Now I'm
approach
no longer
finance?
scared, Sheetal, if I may say that. I think that's the biggest takeaway. I'm no longer scared about, okay, what is finance? And yes, if there are any people who are listening and who thinks LIC is the way, please run away. That that was one thing. And yeah, I think more than the investment, when you come about having a financial securities in place, like I think I learned that the hard way, having an emergency fund when I didn't have. So I think, yes, I did build up on my emergency fund, and simple, like having a informed decision of having an health insurance. And not just for myself, my family and my in-laws and my moms. I was like, okay, this is place. I put everything, all of them aligned to put that. So what, touch wood, you have the worst of things covered, so you are not going to burn. And next you have, like, yeah, I realized, being the not very well versed into the whole world of finance, my major investments was in the government schemes, only because it was tax saving. There was absolutely nothing. From there, I had invested by hearsay of a mutual fund, which now I know with the more structure, when I did that, it doesn't even stand at 10th, 12th, or 13th of my in that category. I just need to put away. So, and yes, now I really, with my knowledgeable and then keeping into diversification into account, I did start my NPS account. And now, yeah, gold is no longer a physical gold or no more longer expense. So
Yeah.
ventured into SGBs there, and yeah, made an informed decision to start a mutual fund. And one thing that came up was when you gave the goal tracking and putting how much target amount you need, and understanding what inflation is in numbers was clear from that chart, the future value chart. So you really know how much you
Yeah.
need and how much you anticipate. And for that, like, none of the goals could be making up
Yeah.
with, yeah, mutual funds or the stocks was the only way. Touch wood, I'm still a salary, so I'm not into the business. So if not for that, for the salaried, I don't think there could be any other possibility if not for mutual fund and stocks. So I made my decision and started off with my mutual fund journey, informed and thoroughly studied. So I know again why I am investing. The whys are clear. Why am I starting with here? And yeah, I convinced my husband. Finally, he was prolonging forever. I bought the laptop in front of him. I said, okay, now tell me, now do it. I literally sat down and got him into one mutual fund as well. And yeah, the stocks, eventually it made sense. I need to learn the stocks and join that as well. And before that, I need to make sure to tell the learnings of Money Gym has implied to me on a much larger scale. Like that hourly rate was an eye opener.
Yeah.
So now it became like the Money Gym structure also somewhere linked me to having a what do you call, time management as a critical aspect. So now I see that development happening beyond just the finances, but I'm more cautious of the time that I spend and where I spend and how I spend it. So it's all more segregated. Segregating one led to segregating my whole life per se. I could say that. And again, know your why.
Wow.
So once the whys are clear, now I have that clear mantra. First is invest, then save for your near term, which because I have not planned so far, and then spend. And of course, you can binge in and whatever things that satisfy you. For me, it is like
Yeah.
travel or spending on things that I love. So for that, yeah, you search
Yeah.
that you're allowed to. But before that, invest and save, and then the rest. So that has been a game changer. I could say that has been a full mindset shift. And partly, not partly, I should give this that 1% change every day to the 9 p.m. club here, who stood up day by day. I landed up coming accidentally one day, and trust me, I got hooked onto it. And now Kanchana used to seeing me on the black screen because of my personal commitments, but I try my best to show up every single day as much as possible. And there's so much learning ongoing and so much people asking questions.
Yeah.
And when someone asks a question, somewhere something else clicks to you. So that learning is kept on a constant mode because of the 9 p.m. club.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So you have summed it up. What is evident out of what you've shared is really how you have took on not a few of the structures, but you really embrace the entire set of structures that we have given and really spent time looking at how is this going to apply
True.
to my life, you know? And that's what I see. It's not about pick and choose whatever you're comfortable with, but really let me try out everything that's because they
That's
do
it.
connect, you know.
That's Sheetal. But with
And
this much only, it's overwhelming. I was like, okay, let me take things more slow. And trust me, the financial goal I made in the beginning of Money Gym to now it is haywire. It's more different. That is because when you start playing around, I think things do change. Your priorities change. You discover more ways,
yeah.
and so that's how. Like then, I didn't know what was stocks.
Mm,
So once I entered now, stocks course was
yeah.
another. Oh God, a whole new world.
Yes, yes. And you mentioned about, how you are a salaried person, you're not in a business, but we know from stock investing now that you own a piece of a good business, and which is what makes you a business owner as well, right? So yes, we are
Once
all
you own a
business
stock, you own
owners.
the business. A part of.
Absolutely. True, true. And when you see your stock investments in that light, the way you relate to what the business is doing, what's happening in the business, you become more invested. It took me a long time, by the way, to really say that, oh, I have invested, so I own a part of this business.
I don't
My
think that
money's in it.
still sunk in,
So that's
but
another.
still the fact, especially the
Yeah.
stocks where which we studied and put our heart and soul to read it. Again, it was again as a part of a team, not individually. Even reading 5 pages, I was overwhelmed. But when you see everybody put together, it was wonderful. And also after you invest, you wherever you see that board or that company come in, it just hits you more. And it's like, oh, I have invested here. Okay, are they doing this strategy what we read? Okay, they are trying to do. So we become more
Yeah.
conscious, but at the same time, yeah, you on and
Mm.
but yeah, you own this part of the business there.
True, true. So wonderful. And you briefly touched upon also mindset. I mean, one, kudos to you for really aligning the entire family to really being financially conscious and really getting them on board about, health insurances. And it's not easy. You have your clear reason of why you do it, but to align the entire family, both
It is.
sides, hats off to you,
Thank you,
Arpita,
Sheetal,
for
but it
doing
hasn't
that.
been easy. It's still work in the progress. I just jumped in for my
I know.
insurance. Then I became more cautious. The clauses that you say what you need to be checked. And I actually
Yeah.
related. I showed my husband and I said, see, this is what the loopholes is, and I think you should shift. And small things about how if you pay for 3 years, it gets a better benefit. And those things when I started, now he's aligned and he has implied and put that forward. So it's, I think, one step at a time, but yes, still good.
Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, I want to spend a little time understanding more about the mindset shift that you had to bring. Anything that you can share there? What was your maybe? What was the mindset earlier and now? And
I
what
was
is it
very scared,
like?
Sheetal. To be honest, I was really very scared, and I thought finance is not my cup of tea. Okay, I mean, I was like, no, what is this? It's just numbers. It's not making any sense to me. And even then, when I even started my journey into investing or whatever savings, it was always about, we had always known about save your money for the good day, or the rainy day. You
Oh yeah.
save. Okay, we saved. But next, what was never clear. So I think somewhere there was a discipline to save, but again I would pinch in without having that goal, and without having those goals, you feel like, there's enough money, let me put and spend and whatever. So, but right now, have that clarity as to where
Mm,
you want and why you want that, so it becomes more much better. And like I said, the more I worked, when I worked on the money gym as a money gym graduate, or when I was with the course, it was much different, my financial goals. But right now, speaking about 6 to 8 months down the lane, it's already different. Of course the retirement goal sticks there, but there are so many
mm,
ups and downs and comes into picture, so you need to play around. You can't. So that rebalancing is one thing.
mm.
And I again repeat, for all those women on wealth who have not joined or who are not active on 9 p.m., please jump in and you shall thank me later. And Prema and Kanchan and like
Oh yes.
even like everybody there. I mean, Swapna adds in, Suma comes in, and whoever joins. I mean, Margi is one big, the
Mm,
charm that she throws out being there is amazing. But we learn that little by little, and somebody's doubt
yeah.
could clarify your doubt and give you more clarity. And maybe it's made me explore more. It's simple as, how do you invest?
Yeah.
When somebody asks, we actually check on immediately, and maybe we know, now we come back and do this. Either you do it together, and keeping track of expenses,
Mm.
I landed up continuously doing only because of 9 p.m. Zabardast.
It's the first thing they make you do, right? The moment you log in, okay, if you've not updated your tracker,
It
money
now.
tracker, then please do
So
it now. I
remind,
mean,
push.
yes,
So even keeping track of
yes,
expenses really helps. So to know where my money is going and to cut down. So I noticed that I
yeah,
was, being
yeah.
the first time mom, spending, I was luxuriously spending it. Now I didn't question as to why does she really need it. Because there's a bunch of soft toys
Mm,
just lying ideally there, which is not going to play. But at the same front,
yeah,
see the
yeah.
same thing for
So,
her
mm,
could be a big grunt. And this was one takeaway with one of 9 p.m. session again, where Kanchan said, if you invest as little as 500 rupees, your kids are going to be crorepati's when they are adult. And wow. So all this
wow,
thing was a learning.
super. Absolutely. And for all of you wondering, what is this 9 p.m. club that she's going on and on about? So, 9 p.m. club is an underground club that we have at Women on Wealth. And, where at 9 p.m., 6 days a week, our wealth creators get together. And these are all women who are studying, these are all women who are practicing the principles of personal finance and investing in their lives. So there, it's no joke when they come and say, I've done this, or can I do this, or somebody else shares. We all know that it's coming from a place where I have tried it or I have studied, and I can share my experience with you. So it's really, yeah, it's
Right.
like no other place. So yeah, and I'm sure that Prem and Kanchan, they've gotten your acknowledgement. And speaking of the community, I often now feel that, Arpita, that um, community is to be experienced. I may tell all good things about the community, but unless you are in it, you have experienced giving and taking from the community, you don't get it. Not everybody comes with that community space. It's in the whole give and take. And I know how much you bring the leadership in ensuring that women come together, and whether it's creating an event, whether it's a study group organizing and leading, it can be a nudge that you give in the group. So there's a lot of give and take that we experience in the community, and that's how we grow. So I know you've been part of the Bangalore offline meetup as well, and many study groups right now in the community. So tell people more about the power of women standing together in the community. Share
I'm
from your
repeating it
experience of the
again. This is the
community.
highlight of the Money Gym program. The community makes it more special,
Yeah.
and and the special thing about it is, like, right now when I see one Vanita or Margi, like, they are as old as my parents' age, and still the conversation is so free flowing and comfortable. And the women of so many different ages, like there could be some freshly graduates to as old as the senior citizens and plus senior citizens. So when you see so
Yeah.
many, a wide age of women, the discussion goes far beyond finance at some point, and the experience each of them come
Mm.
forward. Like when Vanita spoke about, she was been in the textile industry, so her inputs were on a with 30 years experience in textile industry, so her into that study was
Yeah.
humongous. She's like those tiny tidbits, which possibly if we Google search, we would take hours together. But there we had that one experienced person who put forward and gave an altogether different perspective. So that
Yeah.
always stays together. And again, any point of time, anybody has a doubt, as silly, there's nobody judging you there. And again, candid conversations is one place where, again, it's another non-judgmental place where you can talk about everything beyond finance too. But then, even then, nobody is judging you. Like how you gave me the I wish, and then Pavitra, you went on and on about talking about I wish, and then Pavitra and Swapna pulled in saying they're
Yeah.
similar in HDFC called the Passion Fund. And so now I'm like, okay, now I can put that for my near term so that I can stock up. So this tiny tip, which you will never know, you're
Yeah.
the customer of this particular bank, you will never know unless you go and explore. And when somebody does it, it just, your antenna is up to, okay, maybe I can use it for something else. So this it's a continuous learning. And
Yeah.
when the SGBs come, nobody has a time to go back and check everyday newspaper. But there you see one coming in and saying, okay, SGB series are out, one message. So it's like, okay, if you want, you can go. And again, the sharing of
Yeah.
magazines, I forgot. Kaveri rigorously does that. So that also comes up. So whatever, if we have the time, but yes, at least there is information, there is value, and anything, which one is better and how to reinvest. There are people, any question, no question is silly. And each of those answers will definitely not benefit
Yeah.
just one person. It's a larger community. So
I
give and
know.
take,
Yeah.
amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. So I think this is a good time to really look and say hi to some of our members who are here, and of course Kapil and your friend who's here. So let's say hi to them. Vanita is saying we are learning so much every day. What a blessing. Yes. Hey Zelda. Martha says, wow,
Yes.
community rocks. And Martha is now one of the rocks of
Yes.
9 p.m.
She
Club.
starts is exactly like Prema.
Yes.
Prema says, I don't know so much, but I will start, and she goes on. In the similar trend, Martha. I have not studied so much, but when she starts, it's like it's a bunch of information. So very
Absolutely. Yes, and Vanita is saying wonderful. Arpita is here with us. Wonderful Arpita sharing inputs with confidence, and she finds your sharing relatable. So, thank you everyone and everyone. From Arpita's life, who's here. She's here. It takes a lot of courage and generosity to come and really share your journey. Not everybody is out there sharing, hey, this is what I'm doing for my wealth creation. But here is a space where we are doing it, we are bringing the stories, and each one generously sharing from
I,
their lives, right? Dia is also saying thank you. A lot of new learnings, a lot is scary, but confidence building up slowly. Absolutely, Dia.
I
Go
feel
ahead,
privileged,
Arpita.
Sheetal. Like I can vouch because when I did this 90 minutes course, then I was still thinking, should I not? And two things that came my way was one was I attended candidate community because it was open to all. So I landed up and I found that the whole space was
Yeah.
so non-judgmental. And the next thing I attended was I really don't know, it was a Delhi woman. Okay, I attended her Work of Women series and that lit me up. Okay, if someone can do this,
Okay.
so can I. So if he has an iota
Yes,
of thing, okay,
absolutely.
maybe I should learn, maybe I should explore finance, even a maybe, just jump in.
Absolutely. So that's the message that Arpita has, that if you have even a little bit of your your heart telling you that, oh, maybe I should do it, then you must. And that is the message that Arpita has. For any other message
Stay
for our
put,
women, Arpita?
stay put and discipline. And again, I
Yes.
repeat, like if somebody is looking for quick or trading, definitely wow is not a place. But if you want to study and know
Yeah.
your why and get your basics right, wow is the place.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that, for supporting the mission of building 50 lakh financially educated women by 2030. And then our vision that each household has financially educated women. The
Young.
world's going
We
to be
have the
different.
young money gym. So I think we want to have a future generation who are financially educated and possibly start early. They have the biggest asset called time with them.
Yes, yes. And Martha has an acknowledgement for you. She's saying, thank you, Arpita. Because of you, I started stocks qualitative
Wow,
study. And that's how we rock, where, we
nice
build on each other's strengths.
to hear that.
Yes, superb, superb. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming in, listening. Thank you to your friends who are here, your family members, and all the
Yeah.
women who will end up watching this video. If you're inspired by Arpita's energy and the confidence that you can hear in her voice, that she really feels she's on the right track, she's at the right place. So just come in, don't think twice. Free webinars happening. You can find the link in the bio of our Instagram page. And if you are looking at signing up for the Money Gym program, then DM us and we will support you. Thank you again, Arpita.
Thank
It's
you,
been wonderful,
Sheetal.
my
Have
friend.
a great birthday.
Take
Yeah.
care. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye bye,
everyone.
everyone. See you.